Wow, we
Go
are
even
live, Mr.
naar,
Mook.
even naar YouTube.
Top, yes, check
Are
us
we
out.
live already?
Oh, definitely. Yeah, excellent connection. Yes, I know. Yay, our useless podcast. It
I
is.
feel so connected to this useless, totally useless podcast.
Yeah, the useless podcast number one. We call it the useless podcast because we can. Because it is useless, actually.
It's pretty useless, yeah.
Pretty useless, definitely. Even when we changed our YouTube name because of legal reasons, I didn't change it on our other stuff. I just noticed it's still called Nerds and More, which is fine, which you have to change out later. Also, have to redo the logo a little bit, which I will do somewhere tomorrow since I'm off tomorrow. I'm making videos tomorrow as well. Yay!
Well,
Which
of course, you have Nerds and More, but we are the Nerds and More.
True. Yeah, tomorrow I can actually make my useless videos again. No, actually my YouTube videos. Yay! Because it's
Useless
nice weather
and
tomorrow.
pointless.
Useless and pointless videos, definitely.
Yeah, tomorrow will be 15 degrees.
Yeah, so you can also make your videos for once, more than only ice skates, which was actually a pretty good video, by the way. And I can
No,
actually, if
I'm going to clean.
no, you can also film that. I'm working on a
Hey.
video with my doorbell still, but I'm waiting for a part to actually complete the video in one sentence, actually in one thing. Otherwise, I have to make like a three episodes, which I don't want. So I'm actually waiting for my new ringer and some other stuff. Yeah, so I can complete part 2, and I don't have to make a
Yay.
part 3, because I don't want that. So. But just to let you know, guys, the doorbell is working.
Oh, there it is, the useless podcast.
Yeah.
Ah, that picture. Well, I'm not having a glass of beer or alcohol in my hand, but I'm definitely not completely sober on that picture.
No. And what do you think of
Of all
me?
pictures that I have, you should have chosen it. You should have chosen another one.
No. I wanted to do this for our useless
Oh,
podcast. I wanted to do that. Just because we can. And I've used the other pictures sometime. Actually, the one that we had in Scotland, I've already used that one. And this one I didn't use yet. So, yeah.
Well, there's a nice picture of me drinking sake, and at that point in time when I was drinking sake, I was not really hammered or intoxicated.
No, I can change out that for the next useless podcast.
I'm not even sure that I actually had one drink when I took this picture. Maybe I'm just tired because it was the party was just starting when we took this picture. I can remember that.
Yeah. Well, I'm looking handsome next to you, so yeah.
Well, you always look handsome, Ronny.
Yeah, definitely sitting in the garden with sunglasses on, with my bald shaved head.
Yes, it's a interesting haircut.
Definitely. Well, that's what
Very
you have to do
interesting
if
choice.
your barber shops are closed. You have to do something, I guess.
You have to do it yourself. Then give you a little Hitler.
No. This is not Hitler. This is not.
Nein? Jawohl, das ist Hitler.
Ah, nein, kein Hitler. Hitler is
Ist
verboten.
Hitler.
We don't like Hitler here on this channel.
No, we're just joking about Hitler. We don't
True.
like Hitler. Although, some certain person thinks he was a great man.
Okay, which actually brings us to the first useless topic of this evening, which I just actually read like a few minutes ago on Facebook. I follow hardware.info on Facebook as well, which actually Spotify is going to raise the prices in Europe again. Oh my god, they are again going to be like €1, €2 more expensive? Wow, they're going to change the prices again. Why,
What?
Spotify?
So what is it now, like the standard subscription?
I don't know. They are talking here for the UK because the UK will actually change from like £13 to like £15 or whatever. It's actually quite expensive. I never really liked Spotify because of the prices you have to pay, which I do understand that you have to pay the rights to listen to the music. I do understand that part, but seriously, quit. No.
That's odd. Yeah, I mean, I understand Spotify, and I understand if people are not really familiar with downloading or anything, and you know, it is easy. I do understand that.
Yeah.
On the other hand, whenever I download music, it doesn't cost me anything, and
No.
you can basically download everything for free.
Yeah,
You don't even
but
have to
we
use
have to
anything
say
illegal.
anything in order to get no trouble with YouTube and the law. You
Yeah,
can
that
download
was what I
music.
was saying. That was what I was saying. Don't download it from some kind of weird torrent site or something else. You can just use a YouTube downloader and listen to the song in that way.
Yeah, and you
I don't
can
know.
listen it for your own
For your
use,
own, yeah.
use.
As long as you
So,
don't sell it or don't share it with anyone, it's totally legal. In the Netherlands, it's totally legal.
yep, and if
So
it isn't legal, and if you get the police or anyone actually at
it's
the
not
door
our
from
fault.
Stichting Brain, whatever you call it, then you can say, prove it.
Yep.
And they have to prove that you are wrong, which they
Oh,
probably can't.
I do have some other big news actually. Not
Yeah,
my personally. What's your favorite company? Apple.
that's a
They're going to
beautiful
invest.
brand. Yes,
They're
yes.
going to. Well, that's questionable. They're going to invest $430 billion. At least they say they're going to invest it. In chip making facilities and other like software development facilities in the US,
Yeah.
which, according to their own saying, will create 20,000 jobs in the US alone.
Well, that's actually pretty good, I guess.
Well,
Why not? Yeah.
I heard stories of other companies who were promising to create chips in the US. They got the money from the government, bought a building, and the building is empty to this date. So
Yeah,
nothing
okay. A
really is
little
going
bit
on, and
questionable then,
it is a
yeah.
bit of a scheme because it's way more cheap to produce all these chips in outside of the US.
Hmm.
But they're also going to create a campus, I think, in North Carolina, Massachusetts, New York, Oregon. These states that are not really, very tech heavy.
No,
Um,
true.
so that's good for people living there and maybe studying there, AI or something. I mean, they're really going to heavily investigate AI. So yeah, I think that's always good if a company just invests in its own company in its own country.
Yeah, well, why not? It's in
Yeah,
America. Yeah.
and why not? I
Yeah,
mean,
why
they're
not?
already
Yeah.
there, so they employ a lot of people.
Okay, and people actually, Apple is lawsuited against implicing that iTunes content is ownership of the customer that bought it. No, if you buy something in iTunes, then you'll never really own it.
No, it's always under license.
Always on the license. Even when you download shit from Spotify, it's the same fucking thing. You don't
Yep.
own the music.
Nope.
Because the only thing you did, as long as you have the subscription, you can listen to it. But if you end it, it's gone. Although there are several ways to actually keep it. That's something for another thing, I guess.
I remember that discussion about good old CDs and cassette tapes and stuff. Everybody always thought when I buy the CD, I just own the music. Well, you own the license to use the music when you buy the CD, but that's it.
Yeah, only for yourself. Yeah,
I mean, I don't agree with it, but I mean that's the way the law works, at least in the Netherlands.
that's the Dutch law, definitely.
So that's it.
That's it,
That's why we
actually.
say you can download music from YouTube, but use it for your own purpose. Don't gonna share it.
Nope.
Do not share it. I'm really looking through the news here, but I don't see anything. I
Well,
mean,
the thing
it's
that I actually
pointless.
like is that Google is making their own transcoding chips. Okay, that's actually quite cool.
Hmm.
So maybe that will be better for YouTube algorithm or whatever they want to do with it. Mm,
See, Samsung is creating a small portable keyboard.
well,
Like you're always into these little keyboards, like this rubbery.
no, 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 no,
Is
not
this rubber or is it plastic?
I don't like everything that Samsung makes or small. Because I don't really see the point
Uh,
that Samsung is making
it's
keyboards.
plastic.
Just keep them. Just Samsung have to keep like
Yeah,
phones.
it's a trio keyboard.
Phones
Call it.
or TVs, just keep it there. Don't even try to build them. Just don't.
Uh, well, at least they're creating a keyboard. It looks really tiny. I never like these tiny keyboards. I mean, they always say, yeah, people take the keyboard with them, but rather bring a laptop with a normal size keyboard because this is crap.
Yeah. And what I also do like is that Realme actually is making the Realme 8, which will be a budget smartphone for €199. Wow, that's a basic phone with all the things you actually want, with 5G support and a 5000 milliamp hour battery. Okay, that's cool.
Hmm.
I don't MediaTek Helio G95. I don't really know.
Well,
40-watt Dart chart. Okay, okay.
these MediaTek processors are really bad.
Well, it
Not
actually
very good.
depends on how you actually implement it in your phone. I mean, if you get
Mm,
like for like €200 a pretty good smartphone, and for €300 you get the Pro version. Uh,
no, you can rather buy a Moto G for €150. You have a better processor, believe me. MediaTek is always tested very, very badly.
But it has a
Never
nice.
really good.
I mean, it is cool that they actually make phones with like a 90 hertz display and all that kind of shit for like low prices. Which is actually quite cool that they're actually going to make it now. Because if you want a 5G phone now, it's actually quite cheap, getting cheaper every year.
Well, yeah. Maybe you gain 5G then.
Yeah, you
That's
gain
the thing.
5G in a
Yeah.
useless chip, which probably isn't that great. It's very
The
useless.
pointless chip, just like this pointless podcast.
Yeah, pointless, useless podcast.
Useless podcast, totally pointless, totally useless.
Totally useless, because we like to be totally useless. Which I actually like the way we're doing this, because I don't have to set up my camera, which I have not enough light in my room anyway. And I look terrible at this very moment, even when I'm normally very handsome. Well, I have a very red eye. Well, my eye is actually pretty red and pretty thick at this very moment. So I
What
think
have you been doing? Why is your eye red?
I think something flew in. I was actually outside and
Like
I
a little
think
fly or something.
Yeah, I guess. Quite
Or
irritating.
did you have dirty hands again and touching yourself?
Definitely. I always like to do that. But
You know, you can get syphilis in your... No, not syphilis, what was it? Gonorrhea in your eye. If you touch your eye, it's on your fingers.
lovely. I like it. I like it.
Disgusting, Ronny.
Like
I
it
don't
a
want to
lot.
know.
But actually, Cyberpunk 2077 is the most expensive game ever made. Which I can't really think that it is actually that expensive since it's quite a
Which
shitty
one?
game. Cyberpunk 2077.
Oh, Cyberpunk. Yeah, it was very hyped, and then when it came out, everybody complained, as
Yep,
usual.
as usual.
Everybody believed the hype.
And Mark,
Is
what
it?
do you think of your free internet upgrade from Ziggo? What do you think of it? Do you like it?
Well, yeah, that's actually a good question. It used
Because-
to be when we got upgrades, internet actually really felt faster, and it did feel a little bit faster this time. After I know that it was upgraded because I reset my modem. But as always with these upgrades, what point are they? I mean, what are you gonna do with it?
No, we just did it because
anything.
actually we can.
Yeah.
That's the only reason. We can, and we just want to give a little bit. That's actually the only fucking reason. I actually have still
Wow.
people that saying, "Yeah, are we going to get a bigger upgrade?" And I'm thinking, well, if you have the 250 megabit package, you get 50 megabits for free. So fuck off, really. Go fuck yourself. That's what I
Only
think
thing
of
is,
that. Yeah.
what are you gonna do with this 50? I mean, I'm not gonna do anything with it. And in the meantime, your company raised the prices about, I don't know, 4-5 times in a row or something.
No, because we like that. Yeah, we
Yeah,
like that.
for no good, with no apparent reason.
Well, every company is doing that. So a lot
Every
of
year
people.
I get this stupid letter again, and they still don't send me an email about it. And they said, "Yeah, we're gonna raise it with €3 because of, I don't know, inflation and blah blah
Well,
blah."
the fact is, that's the fun part. I'm getting a lot of those calls around that time. They say, yeah, inflation, how the hell? And I said, well, every company is doing that. No, KPN isn't doing that. And I said, well, actually, KPN is raising their prices higher than we do.
They're probably doing the same thing. Yeah.
Everyone is raising prices. Even in supermarkets, they're raising prices. Everywhere they're raising the price, even in public transport. That's just normal. Every company does that, not only Ziggo. So just seriously, fuck it. That's what I think of it. So, but yeah, I actually also have the upgrade, and it's okay. I don't really bother actually. It's nice that we got the upgrade. The only downside though is that the company itself, the customer service, didn't know from the upgrade until people were calling about it.
That was hilarious.
And I knew it already because I have my inside sources, of course. But yeah, it was quite hilarious actually. That we didn't know. We just didn't fucking know. It's quite stupid.
Your company is weird.
Well,
whenever something gets changed at American Express, we are immediately informed and like weeks ahead. Well, not even that long before, but we're always informed. So that's one thing that got really, really have under control, that company.
Well, that's the reason. That's like a useless. I think it's a very, in my opinion, when I look at it, it's quite funny that they did it. Quite nice as well. But like our live stream right now, it's a useless upgrade. I mean, I don't really see the point why people should have more, because you already have enough. Maybe for people that are using Teams to get a little bit more bandwidth. But I think it's really
well. It's handy for bandwidth, but when I was having issues with my working from home. then it's still it's still limited by the VPN that you use, and the VPN just still causes problems whatever bandwidth I have. So, well, I don't know. Doesn't
Mm,
really help.
that will always think you work on a VPN like I do.
Yeah,
We're both working on VPNs, which is
very limited
normal.
VPN.
Uh, Actually, our VPN is pretty fast. I mean, if I do a download speed on our VPN connection, I'm getting 260 megabits a second
Hmm.
on a VPN forbidding that's used by a lot of colleagues. So I can actually download porn if I want to, or games on the VPN network. So I can do it.
Ronny, stop clogging our network with downloading all that porn. Can you do that in your own time?
No.
You might want to have such an idiot who who actually does that.
Well, it's actually quite funny. You can do that, and that's totally fine. I mean, who cares, really? So yeah, and are you also going to buy an Apple Watch
No,
anytime soon?
no,
Are you going to
I,
use Apple Pay anytime
no,
soon?
no. Although I do recognize the worth of Apple Pay.
Very good, Mark. Very good. That's what I wanted
I
to
do have a
hear.
smartphone though, a smartwatch though, but it's Android based.
Yeah, it's so inferior.
Well, I don't need Apple Pay, so I don't know.
Oh, actually, that's the fun part. I can't live without it because even when I am at the store, I'm always grabbing my phone or actually having my watch near the payment device. My mom said, "Do you even have a wallet still?" And I said, "Yes, I do, but I have it at home."
Well, you
But
have those
what?
people who don't have a wallet anymore, and it's like, no, I use my phone for everything.
But actually, I also have a tile which I've programmed to be connected with my watch, which actually has like 25 euros on it, and I can also
Hmm.
pay with a tile which have NFC of course, which I can actually just tap to the cash register and to actually pay. That's actually
What is a
quite.
tile?
A tile is just an NFC chip actually, just a NFC reader capable like what's in your phone,
Hmm.
but then just a little looseless chip with a battery in it.
Uh-huh.
It's actually quite fun. I actually use that as well. Actually, I use it for more. Actually, I'm also using it to get into my work building. If I go to the office, actually to get into the office, a lot of people are using their car to actually get in. I just used my arm to get in, my Apple Watch or my Tile, whatever, because I just copied my card. I mean, I have a copy machine, so I can actually copy the card details and actually just go into the building. Because I don't want to get a card out of my wallet and then, or
Yeah, I do agree that is annoying. You also have this card, you're fumbling around, you have your
yeah.
bag, you have
So
your other
no,
stuff.
I always have my
Really
Apple
annoying.
Watch on. I always have my Apple Watch on. So what is actually cool? My Apple Watch automatically, for some reason, recognizes that there's a door and that in which location I am. So I always select the card, and it will actually just open the door, which is actually quite handy. And I have it on my key fob as well. My keys are also like programmed to do it, because I always have my bike keys in my hand when I'm entering the building.
Hmm.
So it's
I never
very
understand why they keep this old system with this little plastic card that apparently has some kind of chip that allows you to get in. I mean, can
well,
they
it's
not
just an NFC chip which you are
make it a
using
bit
right
more
now. So
modern? Yeah, and the card itself looks like it's from the 1980s. I
no,
don't know. I
actually,
always
our
love these
cards are
companies that
being
have the same system.
upgraded. Our cards are being upgraded like last year. So actually, I have here a card reader where I can just plug in my card, actually tap it on it like in the public transport. Just tap on it, it will read the card, and then I can say program, and I will send it to my iPhone as a CSV file, and then my iPhone will recognize it as a file that's actually from Apple Pay or something like that, and then it will work instantly. I also have a key fob program to it. So my normal key fob. Uh, it's the same key fob that I use to my doors before they were replaced, and I can not longer use my electric locks in my house. Um, so that's very useless.
It's pretty useless because most people will not understand what you just have told,
No,
including me,
no,
basically.
that's I know that's why it's useless. That's why.
You're basically the only nerd that does does this kind of thing.
Yep, I have security cameras around the house. I can see what everyone is doing. I'm the only one in this entire street with a smart doorbell where people are complaining about it because it's pointed at the street. And I'm thinking, I don't fucking care because the camera doesn't save your face. Um,
Even if it does, I mean, it's your personal camera.
True, and I'm the one with the GPSs on my bike, so if my bike gets stolen, I will find it back. Yay. Which is cool. Yeah, and actually, the only thing I want to do is actually add 220 volts on my door. If someone enters my door, it will get electrocuted. Yep, and we are not going to tell the other story, which is prohibited, which we can't share, of course, because of legal reasons. So yeah, that's actually it. I have no other useless user scrap that we can tell. Hey,
It says here my toilet brushes will be delivered on Wednesday. Yay!
Mark, and how is it about my warranty of my headset? Did you already found the invoice?
No,
Because they won't reserve my headset if they don't get the invoice, which is
no, it's
quite
really
stupid.
goddamn annoying. Let me just try if I can open it now.
Oh, do you have something where you paid it on? They also said like a bank statement is also fine. I don't know how you paid it.
Bank statement. I think it was paid by credit card.
Also fine. Because
Let me
otherwise they
see.
won't repair it. Because it's
Yeah,
actually getting weaker and weaker. I actually had to use a toothpick and some glue to actually hold. I actually made a little glue ball, let it dry, and I put it in to actually keep it up.
but you have microphone boom, but it won't again, or does what's the issue with it?
The issue is that the arm of the microphone is actually looseless now, so it actually doesn't stay in the position to actually speak. So if it gets too low, it will disconnect and you won't longer hear me, because then the microphone
Ah,
disconnects. I had the
ah.
same thing with my other Logitech headset as well. I think it's just the plastic mechanism that's just not strong enough to handle
Hmm.
all this. But then again, this thing is not even a year old. I
Yeah,
don't have
I
it
never
for
had
a
that
year.
issue. That's weird. Ah, wait, that's this one. Okay, let me see if it opens today. Oh, I was still logged in. That's interesting.
Interesting. Very useless.
Probably still the same issue. Yeah, already gives this weird server error.
Hmm.
Jesus Christ. Let me see. How did I order this? Was it paid by credit card? Not even sure.
Well, you have an
It
app,
was
so you can actually check it out. It's very useless.
51.99. Yeah, the American Express app is not the most handy thing
That's an
imaginable.
understatement. That's a
Well, that's
fucking.
not entirely true. They really upgraded it last year with a lot of new functionality. So
Well, even the MyZigo app is better than that.
yeah, we were way behind, but just give us some time, man. Come on.
I can program an app for them.
No.
Every time people have to log in, they have to show something of them.
Well, I'm pretty scared because we are going to have two-factor verification with the app as well.
Oh no 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 no
Yeah,
no no no
so I'm already
no!
afraid that a lot of people will call and start complaining.
They will. Based on your information, what you're always telling me, I
Yeah.
think they will start complaining pretty quickly.
Right, this was 12th of July last year. Let me see how I ordered this. Let me just check. I think it was paid with Ideal or something. Let's see. Why does Google News give me weird? Let me see. Ideal. No, my
That's
bank app.
very ideal. You like to be
All right.
ideal?
Let me type in my code. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
6, 7, 8, 9, 10.
Oh, I got salary again. Yay.
The
Jesus Christ, I have to go back a very long time. How far can I go back with even just single transactions? Oh, 2020. Oh, there it comes.
2020.
Can I get a year overview with American Express? No.
No, because you
Go
can't.
away.
Go
Because you pay every
away.
month. You don't have it. But that's weird. I need it for my accountant. Well, sorry.
Did you know that you
I
are
don't care
referred in
about
the
your
useless
accountant.
podcast?
I don't really care about your accountant. Did you notice?
Did you notice, sir, that you're pretty useless?
I always think it's funny that these people say this kind of thing, like, but
Oh,
I need it because of my accountant.
well, fuck off then. Then you need the business card.
Well, okay. What do you want me to do about it? Um,
Oh, being gay, maybe that will help.
okay. Right. I can see that you sent me money. Um,
I'd send you like 20 euros or something like that in that
no,
period.
32 it says here, but it was yeah in July.
Hmm.
Right. Now I didn't pay it via Ideal, I think. Because I don't see anything here in my bank app. Let me see my Amex app. Ooh, here it comes.
Amex.
Ooh.
Oh.
Nah, it's pretty handy. It loads pretty fast. So
Mm-hmm.
okay, let's go back to this. Oh yeah, yeah. I can already see. Oh yeah. Now I have to ask for an old statement because this only goes back until November last year.
Mm-hmm. YouTube, I hate you. YouTube app.
Uh,
I hate the YouTube app. Why am I seeing all kinds of YouTubers that I don't want to watch? Why do I see YouTubers that talk about the weather? I don't watch those YouTube videos. I watch videos about music, some music videos from Rammstein or some Computer Clan, Mr. Beast. That seriously,
hmm.
I don't want to watch it.
Actually, I should just log in on my laptop from American Express and just look up my own just my own transactions from years ago. That is not allowed. American Express.nl.
Mm-hmm. Very useless. Yes, people,
Yeah,
this live stream is very, very useless.
it will be completely useless because it needs 24 hours to download the old statement. So,
Yeah, so we are completely useless today, which you always
well, at
are.
least our website is pretty fast.
Yeah, it's still pretty useless, but yeah.
No, that's not useless. It's
Yeah,
good
it
for your
is.
finances.
Mark, I have to give you my bank details. That's what the letter says.
Yeah, the letter says,
Yeah, the
hand
letter.
over your bank details right now.
Yeah, that's what it says. So,
Come back.
can I give you my bank details?
Yes,
My
always.
my login name is Scammer, and my password is Hindi. Actually,
Oh,
I had a phone call today when I was ending my work. And what was the stupidest? I didn't share it with my work yet, so I'm going to share it with you. It was saying that they were calling in name of my ISP. And that's actually quite funny, because they actually called me on my personal phone.
While you're working for your ISP.
I just logged off of my ISP for my work, and they're calling me that my internet is wrong. And that's actually the stupidest part. Do those scammers not even know where you work? Because if
Nope.
they really checked you out, they should know that I'm working for Zico. That I'm doing the customer service. So they should know. But their things, I actually worked along with them. And they said that I had to send back the modem with a €500 fine because I was downloading illegal stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So I actually asked them for their address, and I was actually quite confused that I had to send it to Colombia. And I'm thinking, what the hell? Seriously?
Yeah.
What the fuck? Seriously? I mean, if you're going to scam me, at least try to do better. And first of all, don't pretend that you are my work, because that's what they pretended to be. This is just my name is blah 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 at liberty dot gov.i. I said, okay, well, that's a little strange address. So I actually had them on the phone for like 10 minutes, which was actually quite funny.
Hmm.
Well, I told them that I actually had to ask my boss to actually send it to him. And he said, why do you have to ask your boss? And I said, well, my boss is Mr. Robin. I said to him, actually, at the end, I said, you are really, really stupid, you know. I mean, I just scammed you. And I was swearing in some Hindi, because I know some Hindi words that are actually quite abusive, which I don't mind to say. Teli makichu, and that's the kind of things I do like that. But yeah, got a phone call by a fake
Hmm.
employee. So it was a fake colleague of mine
Interesting.
that was definitely living in India and definitely speaking Hindi on the background, and he didn't like me. And especially when I told him that, hey, I got your IP, dude. I'm working for the company which you are pretending to be. I'm working for that company. So if you do this again, I will find you. Actually,
Yeah, these guys are always
I traced down
stupid.
his phone number and I gave him the address where he was, and I said, if you call me again, I will actually give this address to your local authorities. So yeah, that was
Well,
the ending of the.
usually they don't do a lot about it. Oh,
No,
Jesus.
because that was really, really stupid. Really, if they said, "Well, we are your bank," then at least it will be looking a little bit more legit, which it isn't. But tending to be my
Oh,
work. Got
Ronny,
it? Yes.
Ronny.
Yes.
At the moment, they're offering the Poco phone again
Yes.
for €200.
Not expensive.
No, it's not expensive at all. It's
Oh,
a great phone,
that's a great, actually great
and
value.
it doesn't have a MediaTek processor.
Well, I have an Apple chip.
Yeah, but Apple is crapple. You know that.
No, it's not. It's just it's superior.
It's even other than Coolblue. For a long while, it was out of stock. Apparently now it's available again. 220. Oh, if you want the blue version, it's 229. If you want the black one, it's only €200. It's really a steal. This phone is really great. I love it.
I will look into it, but I don't really need a new phone because I have a
No,
lovely
I know.
iPhone.
I know. The only bad thing is I can see that already the blue on the back is already a bit rubbing off.
Yeah, I
You can
think they
see a
just
bit wear
use
marks
very
there.
cheap paint.
Yeah, but for €200, I mean, what do you expect? I paid 210, I think, for mine,
I was including shipping. Use that, so
including shipping. It came from China. I waited a month for the whole thing to arrive.
well,
But
that's
back
fine.
then, the blue one was €250 in the Netherlands. So I really got a very good deal back
Yeah,
then.
good deal actually. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I'm surprised that they do resell that phone again.
Yep. So actually, just very funny to actually have someone pretending to be your colleague on
Yeah, that's
phone,
weird.
and that's actually so goddamn funny. I think it will also be funny if someone was actually calling you regarding to your American Express credit card. Um, that would be really hilarious.
That would be hilarious.
I
Yeah.
think I actually have to like record it and actually share it with my work because that will be fucking hilarious. And I think my work will actually also laugh at it, but also will take immediate action because it's actually quite stupid. I think I will still share it with my work, like the details from the conversation. But actually, it's quite hilarious. So also they called me today on my landline, pretending to be ING Bank. So that's fine because my mom has ING, so it could be legit. The only downside is it has a Belgium phone number, which is weird
Yeah,
because
that's odd.
ING always calls from Amsterdam and you always
Yep.
know their number because it's the same number that is on your card. So that's actually quite weird. The other thing is they didn't speak English but French, which is normal in Belgium. They also speak French. But they were also speaking a little bit Hindi in the background. So I'm thinking, what the hell are they trying to do? Seriously, they were asking for someone that had ING because there was an issue again. And I'm thinking, my mom doesn't even know how to do internet banking in the first place. So she doesn't even have internet banking because she doesn't do it.
Yeah.
Uh,
These calls are always fraudulent that they.
yeah, and so yeah.
Actually, I'm never called by my bank once in my life. My bank always communicates to me either via letter or just via email, what most banks do. I mean, calling people, they only do that if there's really an emergency or if you spend, I don't know, a million a year or something.
Yeah, and the other
Otherwise, they're not
thing
going
is,
to
so
call
I
you.
actually ended the call by actually picking up my old recorder, which I actually recorded myself playing the flute very badly, and then they hang up.
Oh, I can imagine that must be horrible to listen to.
Yes. Well, because I've learned that if you do that, scammers will sometimes actually just stop because you're quite annoying. Uh, but sometimes I actually like to play along. Normally, like when they're calling from Microsoft, which we also have from time to time, I actually
Yeah.
play along on a computer, which is completely safe. I will do that on a network from my neighbors. So if there's any problem, my neighbors will get the issue, not me. So yeah, I don't really care. So actually, I play along. That's so funny. But also very useless, and I think this very useless podcast has to end now.
Yep, I think it's most pointless enough now. So
Yeah, it's very pointless. But we like to be pointless. But a little bit less pointless is that I'm going to make videos tomorrow, upload them somewhere this week. The bell video, the doorbell video, I can only complete part 2 when I have the parts for part 2. And Mark is going to make a video somewhere this week, or actually more than one, for our channel because he has a tripod and a phone. And we are
well, very
going to
good phone.
yeah,
A
we're
very good
going to
Poco phone.
record it in 1080p 60 FPS because that's the better thing to upload because we can because it's also very useless. So this was the end. This is the end of the very useless podcast. And
Yes,
I
very
will
useless.
say, gute Nacht, slaaf schön. Gute Nacht,
Good night.
Freunde.
And life ain't always empty.
Life ain't always empty.
Yes.
Why do we keep remembering that sentence?
It's
Well,
a very nice sentence.
yeah,
Life
fair
ain't
enough.
always empty.
Life ain't always empty. Good night.
Bye.